Hi, I'm Davern. I'm here to share my love for tennis with you and to help you be happier on the court. Okay, today's video is about all the little things that go on in my crazy happy mind to try to make sure that everything possible to have fun on the court and to better utilize time is happening. For me, one of the most interesting things in every day is knowledge is power. How can something be done better, more effectively, whether it's how to teach somebody or anything at all? It's very interesting, a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it, and I get really into it. So as you'll be able to see with some of these things, whoa, how does he even think about that stuff? So the first thing I'm going to show you is all to do with the picking up balls, the tube here. So for example, if we're working on the serves here, before we even start that, I'm gonna always bring this red tube here and have it resting there. So when I'm helping somebody to practice their serve and work on what they can do to be better, this is gonna be here. So once we finish doing the serve, however many it takes to be better or achieve what we're trying to do, or whether we're just doing a full basket, I'm gonna have this here. So as soon as the balls are done, I'm gonna then be able to pass this straight away to my students, so they've already got it and they don't need to walk all the way over there to get it and waste a lot of time. So this is always going to be strategically placed in the court. If we're doing I'm here and we're there and we're practicing, for example, patterns of play for you to be able to better win points against your opponents in upcoming competition, or even just to beat your boyfriend, girlfriend, mate, sister, whoever, is I'm going to have this here. It's going to be placed down near your side, where once we stop hitting the ball, generally it's going to be where your drink and towel is, so that when you walk over to grab a drink, then you're going to have the tube right next to you. And as you can see, this one here, it has a hook on the end. If you can't see, just believe me, there's a hook there. And then I just put that on the fence there next to right where you're going to play. So then as soon as you go over, that's going to be right there ready for you to do. And same thing as always paying attention on the court to everything. My opponent in matches and my student when we're playing, because you know, my student is the most important person in the world for that 1 hour at least. And when they walk away, it's going to be the next person. So when they're playing and doing things, I'm going to be always paying attention to what they're doing. So when they first walk off, I'm going to make sure I'm paying attention. Are they doing with the arrow down, or are they heading off not thinking and they've got it the wrong way, so it's not going to work? Then I'm going to say, you know, arrow down. Then if they're going to follow me, unless they're particularly chatty and they say, I just really love to talk to you, then I'm going to say, you make sure you go down that side, I'm going to go down this side so we can pick up the balls quicker. And same with when the balls are full and they're going to be empty, then I'm going to walk towards you to save you the trouble. So don't keep walking to me, I'll come to you. So then we save a lot of time. You can keep going there, because I have a lot more energy than you do. So when you come on, you're going to find that I'm a lot fitter than you. So I'm going to be moving around and picking up the balls quicker than you. That's the challenge. I'm ready for you. So I'll come up to you and get it, and then you can save your energy for the points and everything you've got to do or work on in your match. And then I'll come down here. Then when it's time to put the balls into here, I'm going to make sure that once I've been doing this, this basket's going to be like this. As you come over here, I'm going to make sure that either I'm doing this to make sure that you're able to put the ball straight in. And then when you do that, I'm always going to, when you're popping the balls into here, I'm always going to do that, so that when you throw the balls off, that any balls that would fly, I'm going to save us having to go get them again because you missed the basket. I'm going to do this to make sure it goes there. Or if I have a little bit more time, or I don't want you to bend down, if I'm quick enough, then when you do this, I'm going to always pop this up like that. So then when you're tipping it in, it's going to be like this. And then once again, I'm always going to make the backboard here so nothing flies out. And then of course, if you fly it on a funny angle, I'm sure I can trap it and make sure that it goes in. So there's lots of things that I'm going to be doing to try to make sure, just with the tube, that it's much easier for you and we can really enjoy our time on the court. As with everything, a little bit more effort is always worth it. I'm always here ready to go with the extra effort. So I hope you are too. Okay then, so while we're doing the lesson, some of the things that are going on, so you're aware, so that we can get more out of it because you're on the same flow and tune as I am, is when I'm passing the ball over, I'm going to always be really close to the basket here. So it's very easy for me to try to keep going on some point that we're working on, and of course maximize your time of learning and training. So I'm going to be here ready to play and to give you the ball and to set up the situation that we're trying to work on. And then as soon as, you know, a few balls are gone, I'm going to be back here, and it's going to be, as you can see, quick. I'm not going to have, hey, I really want for this hour to pass, you know, quickly, and I'm dying here, it's so mind-numbing. I'm not doing this. I'm loving my time on the court. So I'm not going to be having this over here and going over and it's a tennis ball and then doing this here. You're not going to see me ever doing that. I'm always going to be here ready with these to go, so that we have a faster tempo and there's action and we're achieving a lot more stuff. So with that in mind, I just go from morning to night. So I'm always telling everybody, make sure if you need a rest or you want to have a drink, something like that, you need to tell me, because I'm going to be going all the time unless you're ready to slow down and catch your breath, or you need a drink, something like that. So you have to let me know, otherwise I'm going to go. So don't just stand there and go, oh my God, I'm exhausted, this guy is killing me. If you need a break, you got to tell me, otherwise I'm going to go. So be ready for that. Same as when the balls are coming here, I'm not hoping for the basket to be empty so that we can just walk around and waste a lot of time. I'm there ready to try to achieve something. So if the ball, for example, is on the floor here, I'm not going to be like whacking away the ball so the balls can be empty. If I'm doing this and you've hit a shot and you're missing it there, I'm always going to be just grabbing these couple of balls up, looking really cool whilst doing so. And then I'm going to use those and continue on, because I'm not just trying to have this empty. I want us to keep using these balls and see how well we can do, how long the basket. We don't want to be doing that. I'm trying to see that when we're playing, that we're doing a lot more live work where the ball's in play and we're not just trying to empty a pile of balls. We're trying to make sure we simulate match more and make it more realistic. So this is going to be trying to last. So it's not like you have to wait till the very end and you're dying and you're just reinforcing bad habits because you're too tired to move your feet. Is let me know if you want a break, because I'm going to try to make this last, and I'm going to pick up balls from the floor as well. Other things that I'm going to do is, as you can see, every ball has the happy face, happy on the court, the smiley face, and a hashtag. So then whenever you're walking around to pick up balls or somebody's ball comes across, it's really easy for you to identify which one is ours and which one is somebody else's. So it's easy to quickly shoot back the other person's ball, or when you're picking up balls, you're not having to go, which one of these is ours? You just can bang straight away, start picking up all the balls, because it's very easy. You got massive hashtag and the big smiley face on every ball. So it's really easy to know which one's mine. And you'll find that they're all the same brand and the same, because to me, it's like a reflection on people and how they are in the world and life. Is I never keep somebody else's ball. Every single ball that comes across my court and it's not mine, there's no way in the world I'm ever going to keep that. I'm always going to pass it back to the other person. Of course, I'm going to try to do it in a way that's not wasting time for the lesson, but I'm definitely going to always pass the ball back. So I'm trying to make it really easy for everybody to know which one's mine. So by doing this, that's going to save us a lot of time too. Yeah. So just in case you're ever wondering, when we're out and we're training, that looks, wow, I'm nearly at the end of the basket. I'm going to just try to last these few balls here. I'm going to be doing this, and you think you're nearly there, and then say you've run up and you've gone for a wide forehand and you've played the ball, and whilst you're walking back over there, when you thought you were nearly done because you could see this here, I'm going to always be doing this quickly. And by the time you look around, I'm going to be standing there like nothing happened. And then you got to do a few more balls, and people keep looking up going, hey, how come this basket never ends? And then once we're training, I'm going to be grabbing these ones too. So we're playing there, and you go for that, and you just put up your hand and you're walking back to regroup. Then whilst you're regrouping, I'm going to be quickly zipping over here, doing a quick Spider-Man flip into here, and then again when you look up, I'm going to be here, and all of a sudden there's going to be another 7 or 8 balls there, and you're going to be wondering. So when you're having a lesson and you're wondering, how come this basket of balls never ends? It's because I'm always doing this. When you're turning around, or what I call the dead time, is I'm going to be trying to get more things done. I'm going to be trying to do this, poking up the balls there so we have more to go. that we can prolong this and keep working on it, as long as you're up to it. Of course, like I always say, if you need a rest, just let me know. Another thing is, if I'm ever using a target on the court, it's the mountain of happiness. I'm always going to make sure that I'm just using a couple of the balls from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bang, down, put the ball on the top. Always put the top ball as a smile facing towards you. And there's the target. I'm not going to be going over to the bag and go, oh, where did I put those targets? It's not going to happen. I'm going to be just straight away doing this. So that if we're using a target for something, that target's going to be there really quick. Okay? Same thing as once we're finished and going for the ball, you're going to find that don't even think or worry. Can turn your mind off. I'm always going to grab the tube and pass it to you, so that saves time and you're ready to start doing that. Okay, so whilst you doing the training, be aware that this is going to happen, so it saves time. You don't need to walk over. I'm going to bring it over to you so that you do this. I would recommend that you start picking up the balls and rest first, and then have a drink afterwards. Then once you're regrouped and set and had your drink, towel down if you need, then we'll continue on. So that you just know all these things, so it's going to be a lot quicker for us to do when we're having the lesson. So I'm just trying to outline a lot of the stuff that goes on and the thinking behind it, even that you're probably not aware. Same as what I find really important is that when you arrive, I'm going to be greeting you and asking you how you're doing. And then when we're finished, I'm also going to say thank you and I hope you have a good week or good weekend there, because I'm just trying to make sure that, you know, this normal stuff, which should happen all the time when people greet each other and thank each other, is happening all the time on the court. So I'm trying to always go out there and model that first, because I feel that's a really important thing. Same as if somebody's doing a really good shot in the lesson, isn't that what it's all about? So then you're going to catch me when you've hit a beautiful shot of me and I can't return the ball. I'm often going to be doing this. That's bow to the king or bow to the queen, because what you just did was too good. I couldn't return the ball back. So I'm going to make sure that I'm doing something that's fun, but also I'm going to make sure I compliment you when you really deserve it. And the rest of the time I'm going to be trying to teach you and push you. But if you do something really well, it's going to be that. Same as I'm always encourage people to have some fun thing or things that you do. For example, you know, when Nadal wins a really good point, then he's got the whole like this happening there. Then there was the famous guy who was always doing the big scissor kick. Whatever it is that that you want to do, I want to see everybody try to think of something of a fun thing that they do when something really works out, yeah, on the court, so that we can do some sort of celebration. Because I mean, if we're not celebrating the things that are really good and we're doing something really well, then you're really missing the point. So if you could have a whole bag of tricks of all different things that you like to do, then that would be really cool. I'm interested to see everybody's things. I'm always giving one example to people is when you do something really good, you should be going too good, like that. So you have to have something that's like this, that's really good. Yeah, of course there's always the fist pump or this type of thing. Then there's always the words where there's, you know, for Italian they're screaming out Forza and Ale in the French. So there's all these different things. There's always the come on, you know. So all these type of things, I want to see these being done with fun and enjoyment on the court. So you make that. This is going on towards an earlier video when we're trying to reinforce strong things and fun and happy things versus just focusing on the negative stuff. So I'm really curious to see everybody's fun things. If you've seen somebody do something really fun on the court, then please leave a comment and tell us what it is. Or you have a special type of celebration that you do on the court. We want to know what that is. So that's like a little bit of homework to come up armed with a few things that you're going to pull out of me when you manage to win a point against me or do something really well on the court. I want to see your style. Show me. Okay, some more things that are happening to make the most out of every hour is when I'm at the court, I'm always making sure I'm armed up and have all drinks. I bring a whole lot of drinks, nearly all the time water, to the court, so that if I need to have a drink when you're having a drink, I don't need to go get one and move away from the court. I'm trying to make sure that I never have to move away from the court at all during your time. Yeah? So I consider it as your time with me. So then I'm trying to always bring my drinks with me, same as the sunscreen. And when we're picking up the balls, you'll notice when I'm asking you, so is that a full tube? And you're always, people looking up going, oh, how did you know that I had it exactly full? Because when we're playing, I love to have 66 balls exactly inside the basket. Now, why 66? Well, when you play tennis, when it's 6 games all the tiebreaker, that's when it all counts. Whoever can win that tie break will win that set. So I love to have, for the symbolism and a reminder, is that I've got 66 balls all the time. So hey, everybody on the other courts, if you're trying to steal my balls, I know, because I know I've got 66. So if there's one less, I know you've got one of my balls, so I'm going to ask you for it at the end when you're leaving. Just to keep you honest and make sure everybody's doing the right thing. So the 66 balls are there because 7-6 the tiebreaker, 66 balls. I try to make myself think, hey, this 1 hour lesson is the one. This is going to be deciding who wins this set. So it only matters how well do I do this lesson, how good am I as a coach. So I'm trying to think to myself, okay, 66, tiebreaker, this is the one. How well do I perform now? Can I win the tie break? Can this be a really great lesson? Can that person really enjoy it? So everyone, there's 66 balls there. So as we go around and pick up the balls, I'm trying to always see if I can get 48, and then I'll leave one full tube for you too, because especially with the kids and everybody, is I'm trying to make sure that at least everybody does a full 18 balls. I don't want to have people going, well, Jay's picking up all the balls all the time, I'll just do nothing. As I'm going to make sure that you have to fill that one tube up, because you got to play your part, you got to do your bit, you know, especially the kids. If I get there to 48 and you're not doing it, I'm saying, come on, hurry up, let's get the balls. I'm going to be having a drink while you're still having to pick up the balls to make sure you do your part. Same as if people are coming in the court who's not having the lesson, I'm really against for somebody to come in and have a helper or somebody to go pick up the balls for a boy or a girl, a kid who's having a lesson, because I want everybody to try to get the idea that resiliency is key. You need to try to do things for yourself. So I don't want somebody saying, I'm going to send in someone to pick up the balls for that person. I want them to do it for themselves, because when you're going to play, if you're unable to rely on yourself and do things for yourself, there's really no way that you're going to be achieving as much as you can on the court and be happy on the court if people are doing everything for you. You need to do it for yourself. When you do something really well and do it for yourself, it means so much more to you. So I'm going to be reinforcing that you get the 18, and don't look surprised when I say, oh, is that tube full? And you've just picked up the one ball to make it at the top. It's like, how does he see in there? Is he Superman or something? Maybe yes, but I can play tennis all day, but no, I can't see through this. I just know how many balls there are. Another really big one is that when you're at the court is, let's show the beautiful Wimbledon towel. I'm always going to have a towel with me. Oh, look at this. It's even got my name on it, Jay. All right, so this one, I'm going to make sure that when, this is one for you as well, is when the sunscreen's coming on, it's always going to be there with me. So if you do happen to forget to bring some, I've got some, you can use some of mine. Is that when you do this, it's really important, because I see lots of people having a lot of trouble with their grip being really slippery, or them, you know, getting sunscreen in their eyes. We're always trying to do the sunscreen on, yeah? And then after you've done that, we always want to, with some water, if you've got water, to wipe a little bit and to dry off with your hands as much as you can. Because if you're putting sunscreen and then you're straight away grabbing the grip, then this is gonna, you know, all that stuff that's in the sunscreen is gonna be slippery on the handle. So you definitely don't wanna go straight from doing this to doing that. Okay, you wanna be trying to make sure you're using the towel to dry down and then use the grip, and then you're gonna have a lot more fun on the court than your new grip is ruined already because you put your slimy sunscreen hand straight onto the handle. And worse still is if you're playing and you've put sunscreen on and then it's dripping into your eyes. So you want to be making sure that you put your sunscreen on and you rub it in properly, and then you've got to always make sure you're really getting everything off here before you play, so then you're not having trouble with the racket. So that's a really important one. So everything is geared towards making you have a happier time on the court and getting more out of your lesson, enjoying the lesson. So simple things such as every half month I'm going to be having brand new balls, because everybody knows it's much nicer to play with brand new balls than, you know, when you look over across and you see everybody's using these balls where it looks like maybe even the dog won't want to play with it because it's that old. So the balls are going to be changed every half month, so the balls are kept in really good quality, in trying to keep quality for everything, for the whole lesson, the whole service about the lessons. Other things that's going to happen will be that when there's any sun out on the court, and it might be in your eyes for serving or for doing the shots, even whether it's just the ground strokes, the way you look, depending on how the court is orientated, is I'm always going to make sure I'm the one with the cool shades and the hat, looking at the sun and making sure that when you're trying to learn and do things, you can concentrate more on what you're doing, because you're not having to battle the sun. Okay, another thing that's really important that's going to be happening all the time is to be prepared for, is when you're on the court and we're trying to learn, is I'm going to be making sure that I'm asking you what I call check understanding. So I'm going to ask you, tell you things to do, but I'm going to also ask you, what do you think that means? And when you do a shot, like, what did you notice that worked really well? Why was that so good? So I'm always going to be making it a process of you talking back and asking questions and making sure that I clarify that you really know the meaning of what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, if you don't really understand what it is exactly you're trying to do, how are you going to make it into a habit and perfect the shot? So that's going to be always one thing, is making sure you really understand what I say. And if that doesn't happen, then I'm going to make sure that I try to explain it and demonstrate and show and get you to feel the movement, so that that you really get the message, because we really have to make sure that you're getting the picture strongly of what to do, so you grasp it, and then we can try to make that into a habit. Okay, so then the next thing will be that when we're playing, I like to always try to see, of course it depends on skill level, but I'm trying to see if every single lesson that we actually play tennis. So you feel that you actually played, not that you just went and practiced to play or try to play. So I'm going to be trying to always do points if I can, or at least some live rallying to try to get you working towards being able to play, because tennis is the best game to play, so you need to be actually able to play. So getting the serve and being able to play the rallies and the points. So when we do this, as much as it's really fun for me to be able to kick your butt, when you're on the court, it's not about if I can beat you or not. It's about me giving you opportunity and situations for you to learn. So things that might happen, for example, would be that when you serve, if you, for example, you do a double fault, I'm not going to go, yeah, I win. I'm going to be saying, all right, just have a third one, because the idea is that you're working on getting the ball in and trying to construct the point, however we're working on. Or perhaps your ball's going to go out, and I'll just hit it on the full. Of course, if I would have let it bounce, I would have won, but like I said, it's not about me winning or showing you that I can beat you. It's going to be me hitting the ball on the full and calling out play on and getting you to keep playing. Or most important person in the world at the time the person is having the lesson is, if your ball is a little bit out or something like that, you're going to pretty much just be ready to play on all the time, because if you're just a little bit out, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, or give you the grace to play on, because like I said, it's not me trying to win, it's you trying to have a better experience and practice the point. So make sure you're not really tough on yourself, and every time you miss something, you just stop and turn around, whatever. You got to try to be ready, because I'm going to play on a lot of stuff that, of course, if I was at Wimbledon, I wouldn't be playing on. I would be going, I earned that and I won it, so it's mine. But when we're playing, you've got to be ready to play on, because I'm going to do things like that. Like a lot of times I say to people, if you miss a shot and we're working on say for example a two-shot combination, then if you miss the first shot, it's not going to be like, okay, you lost, go back and start again. If we're doing a two-shot or a three-shot combination, something like this, or we're playing the games and it bounces, it's just going to bounce twice, then I'm going to say to you, come on, just play on, even if it bounced twice, because that's going to get you going after more shots and running for the ball. And it's, again, not if I win or not, it's going to be for you. So that's first shot in a combination. If we're doing a two-shot combination, if you miss one, I'm going to be trying to give you the next ball to work on to do the second shot. Because if we're trying to do something, for example, like opening up the court, hitting the ball really wide to get your opponent off the court, and then trying to move in and attack into the empty space, then I'm normally going to do, if it's a two-shot combination, like you won't notice this, but I'll have this. I'll give you the first ball, and then you hit to me, and then if you miss it, and I was going to hit it back to you, so it's a live ball and you're practicing a situation. If you miss it, I'm going to have another ball here, and I'm going to just hit that ball in and give you that second one, simulate the shot so you can do the whole pattern and combination and start again. Same as a really obvious one is if you're doing an approach shot, coming to the net and working on putting away the volley, I'm going to have another ball or three if it's needed because of what we're doing, is if you miss the approach shot, as I'm running for the backhand corner, you're approaching to the backhand, I'm going to have another ball and I'm just going to hit that ball in the same type of real time or timing that would really happen. As it reaches to me, even your ball's out, I'll hit a ball back. So I want you to, even though the approach shot is out, is to play on and work on getting that volley to finish. Because the thing is, we're trying to get better and work on things. It's not going to be soon as something is out or soon as something bounces twice, we're done. It's going to be, just be really focused and play out everything until you notice that, one of us is calling the score or stopping play. The idea is to make sure that you're getting all these things right, so when you go out and play other people, that you're going to play a whole lot better. So of course, which I'm always writing to people before I meet them at the court, is that when we are doing a lesson, is I can structure it and make it and have the content on anything that's really particular to you. So it's always important for you, especially if you're having matches or practice outside of the lesson, before you come in, to make sure you're pushing towards me to say, hey, look, I'd like to do this, or I need to work specifically on that. I will be able to gear anything to your request. And that means also, even after maybe 2-3 lessons, you say, hey, look, this is going really great, I'm very happy with this, but now I'm finding that this is happening, then of course I will be able to gear everything towards you. So you want to have a bit of a idea of things that you want to do, I can really cater it towards there. So all these things are going to be happening when you play, to make sure you really enjoy your lessons and are happier on the court. I really like to hear if you have any things that you really enjoy when you're on the court with me that I haven't mentioned here, and also anyone around the world where they really enjoy when they're having their lesson on the court. If you could leave a comment there, I'd be really keen to hear any of those interesting things you have to say there. But overall, come on, let's go, let's start working on our game. Let me know, call me, lesson, let's get it going on. If you like this video, please subscribe to my tennis YouTube channel so that you can get a notification by email each time a new video is uploaded. Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends so they can enjoy their tennis too.